Welcome learners in the series of videos on topology. Now in this series we are talking about the connected spaces. Regarding open set, closed sets and all those related concepts we have already seen in the previous videos. Let's go ahead and see some results and um, some theorems, some concepts of connected spaces. Connected spaces. So we'll have some videos on this topic. We will see some examples, theorems, results, proofs also we will do. Right. So let us define first what is a separation. Okay. So separation for X. Let me write separation. So if a space does not have a separation, we will say that it's connected. Okay. So let us take a topological space X. So let X be a topological space. A separation for X is a pair. So we'll have a pair that is denoted by u comma v, okay, such that it will satisfy the following properties. First, these two sets or subsets of X should be non-empty. That is, u should be non-empty and v should be non-empty. First point. Second point, u and v are open in X. Both should be open. Third point, u and v should be disjoint. So u intersection v has to be empty. There should not be any intersection of u and v. And fourth point, if you take the union of u and v, u union v, it should be equals to whole of X. Okay, so it is something like this. So you have a topological space X total. In this, if you can find two subsets of X such that its union, this is u and this is v, its union has to be equals to whole of X. There should not be any intersection. Both should be non-empty and both are open in X. If such a situation is there, then we say that u and v, this pair, is a separation for X, and X is said to be separated. And if this X does not have any separation, then we say that X is connected. So let's put that in words. X is connected. X is connected if X does not admit any separation. X is connected if X does not admit any separation. Okay, so if there exists some separation, then we say that X is not connected. Let us see some observations from the definition. So observations from the definition, what we have defined: both should be non-empty, both should be open, they should be disjoint, and union should be whole of X. So if you see this 2 points, 3 and 4, last 2 points, that is 3 and 4, it says its intersection is empty, that is disjoint, and union is whole of X. So if you take the complement of u in X, it should be equals to v, and if you take the complement of v, it should be equals to u, because both are disjoint, and whole of the union should be whole of X. So from 3 and 4, first observation, from 3 and 4, we say that U is nothing but the complement of V, and V will be equals to complement of U. Okay, then again coming back to the definition of separation. If U and V are separation for X, that means both U and V are open in X. Right? Suppose this U and V is a separation for X, that means U and V both are open. Now from this point, if U is open, or say for example V is open, then its complement is closed. That means U is closed. Right? And already we know that U is closed. Okay, so let us put that as a second point. It says if U comma V is a separation for X, then U and V both are open. This is by definition, both are open. And since U and V both are open, U is open, assume that U is open first. Since V is open, its complement is closed, that means this U is closed. That means U and V both are closed as well. So both are open as well as closed. Okay, let us go for the third point. Now if you see, if we have a topological space and suppose U is open and closed, suppose U is open as well as closed, so you can take U as one set and you take the complement of U, which will be open, as another set, and you can get the separation for that given set. Right, so let us take this 3. So X is separated if and only if there is a proper, it should be proper, it should not be empty, and it should not be whole of X. So if X, that set is a whole of X, then it will be, another set will be, its complement will be empty, so that is not required in our definition. Both should be non-empty. So we will take a proper subset. If there is a proper non-empty open subset of X, that is also closed. So if you take U, as I said here, if you take U as open set, you can take another set V, which is a complement of U. That will be open and it will satisfy all the properties which are required for the separation. So X will be separated. Okay, so this is the statement which is if and only if. So you assume first X is separated and get this, and secondly you assume this and show that X is separated. If you put this in another words, we can say that by the fourth point, X is connected if and only if the only subsets of X that are open and closed both are empty set and whole spaces. This fourth point we have written from the third point. Since third point is if and only if, see, if X is connected, then this is not true, right? This is not true means there is no proper subset. That means only subsets which are open as well as closed has to be empty set and the whole space, and the ulta. So again you can prove the fourth point. Okay, if we go for some examples, let's see. There are many other observations, you can note that down. Let's go for some observations. sorry, we have already seen the observations. Let us go for the examples. We'll take few examples, others you can easily verify. Let us take first example wherein we will take a singleton set, right? So if X is a singleton space, then can you say whether X is connected or separated? You can take a break, you think about it. So if X is singleton set, singleton space, then you cannot have two subsets, non-empty subsets of X. And of course, if you do, you cannot have two non-empty subsets. That means it cannot have a separation. That means then X has to be connected. There is no other option. X is connected. Okay. What about discrete and indiscrete space? So if X is given with, say, first let us take indiscrete. So if X is given with indiscrete topology, recall what is indiscrete topology. Then X is blank, whether it is connected or disconnected. Think about it. Okay, X is with indiscrete topology. It's already you know what are the open sets in indiscrete topology. So fill this one. Because student is learned more if he is told the less. So it is great words by some recommendations. Don't remember the name. All right. To go for the discrete, so if X is given with discrete topology, so if you have a discrete topology, there will be two cases, right? You think of. Then X is again, as a hint, it will depend on the cardinality of X, the number of elements in X. Okay, so we can go through that. Third is done. Let's go for the fourth. Let's check about coarser and finer. So if you have two topologies, say tau 1 and tau 2 and tau 1, we have some relation like this on the same set X. So if tau 1 is connected, can you say that tau 2 is connected? Or if tau 2 is connected, can you say that tau 1 is connected always? Third point, if tau 1 is separated, can you say that tau 2 is separated? And if tau 2 is separated, can you say that tau 1 is separated? Okay, so let us, or should I, let us write that. If X comma tau 1 is separated, and suppose we have tau 2 which is finer than tau 1, then question mark, is tau 2 separated? Okay, you fill in the blanks and then give the proof of this. And as I said, fifth, if X comma tau 1 is connected and tau 2 is coarser, coarser than tau 1, then what about X comma tau 2? Is it connected? Is it separated? Then what about X comma tau 2? Is it connected? Is it separated? Okay. So I hope you will. These are very simple examples. You can easily answer these two questions. Okay. Now, if you go for subspace topology, let us take that as a remark. For a subspace topology, a subset A of X is connected if this A is connected in the subspace topology. It has to be connected in subspace topology. Okay, as an example, let's take example based on this remark itself. Example number 5, 6. Let us take A in R with usual topology. Say open interval 0, 1, 1 is closed, union close interval 2, 3, which is a subset of R with usual topology. Question whether A is connected. And as the remark says, you have to check about in the subspace topology. So we need to check whether A is connected in the subspace topology. So the answer for this is it's not connected. Okay. Hint I can give you. A is separated as the separation for this I will give U is equals to open interval 0, 1 and V is equals to close interval 2, 3 is separation. I will not write why it is so, you can justify this. As the remark says, this U and V has to be open in the subspace of A, right? And you know what are how you define open subsets in a subspace. Then union of these two has to be equals to a whole of A. That is true because this set is nothing but 0, 1 and V is nothing but this 2, 3. So the second or third point is true here because if you take the union, it is whole of A. When you take the intersection of this U and V, it will be empty. So again, that point is true. Both are empty. Sorry, both are non-empty. That is also true. So the only point which you have to work out is that you need to show that both U and V are open in A, not in R, because we know that these both the sets are not open in R. But we have to show that these are open in the subspace of A, right? So that will that we can do. All right. And with this, okay, to go further and state the 7th point, if you take a subspace Y which is a doubleton, say x1 comma x2 which is a subset of x, and we take a distinct point, say x1 not equals to x2, assume that x is T1 space. You know what is T1 space? We have defined what is T1 space, T2 space earlier. Okay, there is something called as T3, T4 as well that we will come that we will see as a time as we progress further for the course. So X is a T1 space. We are taking two distinct points x1, x2, and we are taking Y which is same as which is nothing but x1, x2 a set. Then Y is separated. Then Y is separated. Of course, we can take U as singleton x1 and you can take V as singleton x2 and then you prove the 4 statements. You can also show that if you take X to be a set which contains 0, 1 in R with usual topology, check whether this X is connected or not. And let me give these 2 remarks or the statements which I will leave for you to show. Let X, let us take infinite, be infinite set with cofinite topology, then we take doubleton sets. Doubletons are separated. Exercise. And 11, sorry, 10. An infinite set with cofinite topology is connected. And if you take infinite set with cofinite topology, it will be connected. But if you take a finite set, but if X is finite, then there is a separation. In short, cofinite topology, if you have a finite set, it will be separated, and separation, there is a separation. A finite set will not be connected, but the infinite set will be connected in cofinite topology. Okay, so let's see what we have done today. We have discussed about the connected spaces. For the connected spaces, we have first defined what is a separation. Based on the separation, we have some observations, and if a space does not have a separation, then it is called connected. And we have seen this few examples. Okay, in the next video, we will see what are the connected subsets of R with usual topology. In fact, we will show that any interval in R with usual topology is connected, and we will have a detailed proof of this, for which we need some results from real analysis too, like supremum or infimum, those kind of things we require. So stay tuned and see you in the next